Hi friends, welcome back. Today we are going to solve code forces problem email from Polycarp. Before we look into the problem details and its solution, I just want to mention that my channel is dedicated to help people who are preparing for Java interviews and coding interviews. On my channel, there are over 200 solved different varieties of coding questions which were taken from previously asked by big tech companies like Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Google, Microsoft, Yahoo, and many other big companies. And those are important in the way that they cover the varieties such as dynamic programming, graph coding questions, binary search tree related coding problems, as well as DFS, BFS matrix problems. There are also problems related to like coding problems related to linked list trees, as well as string related coding questions are also covered there. So if you are preparing for coding interviews or Java interviews, please subscribe to this channel now. This channel can definitely help you in your Java J2E interview preparation. So please subscribe it. So let's look into the email from Polycarp problem. So Methodius received an email from his friend Polycarp. However, Polycarp's keyboard is broken. So pressing a key on it once may cause the corresponding symbol to appear more than once. So if you press a key on a regular keyboard, it prints exactly one symbol. Now the Polycarp's keyboard, it's broken, they are saying. So sometimes if you press the key, it's printing multiple times, right? The same symbol. So for example, as a result of typing the word hello, the following words could be printed. So hello can be printed, or H can be printed, as you can see here multiple times, right? So or here H can be printed multiple times, then E can be printed multiple times, then L can be printed multiple, O can be printed multiple times. So so this is possible, but these words like HELL is not possible, right? Because O is not, O is missing here, right? Then HELO, here L is missing here, right? Double L is here only single L is there. So note that when you press a key, the corresponding symbol must appear possibly more than once. The keyboard is broken in random manner. It means that pressing the same key, you can get the different number of letters in the result. For each word in the letter, Methodius has guessed what word Polycarp actually wanted to write, but he is not sure about it, so he asks you for his help. So you are given a list of pairs of words. For each pair, determine if second word could be printed by typing the first one on Polycarp's keyboard. So in the input they have given us how many pairs are there. As you can see here, 4 pairs are given. So 4 pairs of the words are given, and in the output we have to so you can just see here the input one, like it contains number of pairs to check. Like here, as you can say, 4 pairs, and this is the first word, and this is the second word, is the word which is typed by Polycarp broken keyboard, right? So it can have multiple times same symbol appearing there. So output n lines in the ith line. For the ith pair of words S and T, print yes if the word T could be printed by typing the word S, otherwise print no, right? So we have to find out if we use the Polycarp's broken keyboard, then okay, that word can be printed. Is the second one in the pair, is it possible to print the first one, basically? So that's what we have to return. So for example, if you, let's just look at this last example, and then we will go to whiteboard and look into some other examples. So as you can see, this is the word that is hello, and the Polycarp's word is HELO. So as you can see, the L is missing here, right? One L is missing in this word, so we have to print no here, right? So it's not possible that it is the correct guess, right? Basically, because even if it has multiple letters, multiple letters can be printed, but all these letters should be there, right? Means HELLO should be there in the order, right? But now here there is only one L, correct? So in this case, so we have to print no here, basically. So let's go to the whiteboard and look at some other examples of how we can solve this problem. So we will be solving this problem using stack. So we will create a stack of characters, and what we will do is we will go, this is our first string, right? Hello, this is the first string. So we will go from end to the beginning, like in this direction we will go, right? In this direction, and we will keep reading each letter, each character, and we will push that character into stack. So first we read O, we push it into the stack here, right? Then we read LL, so we push the LL into the stack, right? Then we read H, we read E, so we push that E into the stack, and we read H, we push that word H letter into the stack. So now our stack look like this, right? So we just went through this hello word, and we went from the end to the beginning, right? And we just push those characters into the stack. So that is the first step we will do. So let me just take these colors out so I can reuse the space. So now after that is done, what we will do is we will go through the second word, because we want to find out if this second word can be the actually means the first word, right? And we have to find it out, right? So we will use the stack for that. So now we will go from character by character from this word, and we will keep checking if this character is present on the top of the stack. In that case, we will remove the character from stack, right? So first character is H here, right? So H is on the top of the stack, so we will remove this character from stack, right? Now E is the next character, so E is on the top of the stack, so we will again remove this from the stack, right? Then we get L, L, right? We get two L's, so here again we will remove these two L's because we are getting two L's here, right, in the stack. Now after that again L comes, so now this L is not equal to O, right? O is the top of the stack, so we will go forward. Now when we hit O, this O and this O again matches, so we will remove this O from the stack, and we will just go with these two O's. Now at this time the stack is empty, so we will not match anything, right? Because all the characters we have already removed from the stack. So at the end we will check if the stack becomes empty, right? If the stack is empty, then it means that we can form the first word from this second word, right? So we can form this hello word from second word. Now you must have noticed that how we can form this, right? So if you remove this L, right, from here, and these two O's, then we get hello, right? HELLO, right? So this is the way we can form this word hello. So this is the way we will be using stack of characters to check, if we can form this word. Now if there is if the word cannot be formed, in that case the stack will not be empty, right? So we will know that the word cannot be formed. So let me show you some other example where in which case the word cannot be formed. So let's just remove this all this coloring so I can use some other example. So now let's say that the first word is hello, and our second word, for example, the second word will be, let's say it is just HELO, right? It is HELO. So this is the second word now. So again we will have this stack, like from this hello, right? We will create the stack. Now we will go one by one letters. So H is on the top of the stack, so we will remove it, right? Then E is again on the top of the stack, so again we will remove it from stack. Now L is on the top of the stack, right? Here also L is on the top of the stack, so now we will remove it, right? Again after that O is there, so O is not, L is on the top and here it's O, right? So it's not matching, so we will not remove it. So now we have exhausted all the characters. We have seen all the characters in the second string, but stack still has L and O characters, so stack did not become empty, right? So in this case we cannot form this first word from second word, right? So we cannot form this one basically. In this case we have to return false, right? It's not true in that case, so we have to return no in that case, right? Otherwise we will return yes if it is formed, right, like this. In this case we will return yes because we can form the first character. In this case we will return no, right? We will return no here because it's not possible to form hello from HELO, right? So let's look at the implementation will be easy to understand after the after I showed you the example. So first we will calculate the lengths, right, of both strings. So if the second string's length is smaller than the first one, then there is no way we can form that word, right? For example, in this case, right, here this one has only 4 is the length of this string, and this string has a 5 length, right? So in this case we will directly return no, right, because it's not possible actually in that case. So that's what we are checking. If n2 is less than n1, we will just return false in this case. So this solve returns just boolean for now. And so let's just go ahead and let's just understand this other logic. So after that we will create stack of characters, right? Now it's just a Java uh, dot util has a stack, right? So stack of characters we will create, and we are going to iterate through the first string, and we will push all the characters from the stack, but we are going from end, right? So as you can see, we are starting from end and we are going to 0 basically, right? And we are pushing all the characters into the stack. So stack will look like this, right? We will start from O and we will go to H, right? So first O we will push, then L, L, E and H, right? That like that basically, right? So after that we will go through the second string, right, S2, and we will read the character one by one, and if the character, if stack is not empty, and if the current character that we are reading from the string 2, if it is matching with the top of the stack, right, stack.pick will give you the top of the stack character. So if it is matching, then we will pop it out, right, means we will remove it from the top basically. So we will go through each character in the second string, and we will keep checking against the stack of the top of the stack, and if it is matching we will keep removing it at the end. If the stack becomes empty, it means that we will return true, otherwise we will return false, right? So basically it's just like true or false, but otherwise you can just print yes in case of true and no in case of false basically, right? So this is the logic. So I just took these two strings that I showed you, the first one, this hello and hello. So I took this example. So now we can form this word from the second string, right? So it should return us true. So let's go ahead, and so as you can see, it is returning true. Now if we try on this another example where we have, let's say, this one, right, hello. So now it should return us false. So it is giving us false, which is correct. Now if we put like some other characters here, 1 2 3 4, let's say, still it should give us true, right? Because we can remove this 1 2 3 4 and we can still get this hello world. So let's just execute this. So we are getting correct result here. So this is the way we can solve the Codeforces email from Polycarp problem with the help of stack. If you haven't already checked my channel's playlist, there is a playlist for Codeforces coding problems, as well as LeetCode and LeetCode coding problems. There is another playlist, and over 200 coding problems are solved and explained in Java with examples, and those constitute different varieties, which is very important from coding perspective, such as dynamic programming, graph problems, binary search related different coding questions, DFS, BFS matrix problems, as well as priority queue optimization problems. And there is another playlist called as Java interview that covers telephonic frequently asked Java interview questions by big tech companies like Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, Google, Yahoo, and many other big companies. So if you are preparing for coding interviews, or telephonic Java interviews, or simply learning Java concepts, then please subscribe to this channel. This channel will be able to definitely help you in your Java J2E interview preparation. Also, if you like this video and if you find this explanation with example helpful, then please hit like and subscribe it. Your subscription to the channel is really important for the channel, because that is the way the videos can reach to more people like you who are preparing for coding interviews or Java interviews. They can also watch these different different varieties of Java coding problems and learn from these problems, and learn different techniques, how to approach different problems with different kind of data structures, and how to use those data structures to solve these coding questions. So please subscribe to the channel. Also, if you like this video, share it with your friends and colleagues, and thanks for watching this video.